What's up, my good friends? So, I am here in front of my tiny bookcases and my trash can that I had to move out of the way. But it's been since like November 8th since I posted a video. And if you can't tell, I got new glasses, so I haven't actually been feeling great because I've had to acclimate to them. So I've been dealing with some nausea and some migraines, but starting to feel a little better. So I was tagged by Liam, aka Himbar, from Liam's Lyceum to do the Finally Fall book tag. And I wanted to get it done before fall was over. I'm still not feeling totally myself. I'm still getting used to these glasses, but I'm good enough. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to use my phone here to look at the questions. All right. In the fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. So I actually have this one with me right here. It is Cathedral by Ben Hopkins. Now, Larry, my buddy Larry, he's like, I saw this book, but it looked kind of like a Pillars of the Earth ripoff. Well, yes and no. It's like the same concept of these little townspeople who live by a cathedral and are working in the cathedral. But this one's set in Germany in the 13th century, and it is hilarious. Like, it has such a sense of humor that Follett is so lacking from his books. And if you found Pillars of the Earth and you couldn't make it through the really boring overwriting and info dumping you see Ken Follett do, but you're interested in the time period, definitely check out Cathedral. Um, it's multi-point of view. It's actually written in a very contemporary voice and style. The only thing I don't like about it is that it mixes third and first person point of view. We know I'm not a fan of that. So, Cathedral by Ben Hopkins, very vivid setting of 13th century Germany. All right, looking back at the next question, number 2. Nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. So I'm going to say The Nature of Fragile Things by Susan Meisner. I don't have a copy of this. I checked it out from the library. Susan Meisner is highly underrated. She's incredible. I have another book by her actually on my teeny tiny bookshelf right here. This is The Fall of Marigolds by Susan Meisner. She's a historic author. This takes place in September 1911. The Nature of Fragile Things actually takes place during the 1906 earthquake of San Francisco. It's about an Irish immigrant who's a mail order wife who bonds with her stepdaughter, and her husband's really shady, but it deals with the grief and loss of her moving from Northern Ireland and trying to escape her past in the midst of this just death and destruction. So I will enter some pictures of what San Francisco looked like after that earthquake, because until I read that book, I knew of the one in the 80s. I've actually seen the video of the baseball game that got interrupted by the earthquake, but this one obliterated San Francisco, and Meister did a great job um, with the trauma and the ambiance of the burning, smoldering buildings, the neighing horses freaking out, the scared little girl. So yes, Nature of Fragile Things, highly recommend. But again, the only thing I don't like about Susan Meisner is that she tends to write in first-person presence, and I don't like that in historical fiction because I have to wonder where the story's coming from. But despite that, until I read the epilogue, that was going to be a 5-star book. Epilogue kind of, I didn't like the epilogue. Okay, fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that you think should be read in schools. Justice on both sides, and you see I had to tab it up. This is about transforming education through restorative justice. So while it's on a little bit too high of a level for high schoolers, it should definitely be read by every education major, every MED student. I had to read it for my MED, and Being an urban teacher, teaching in poverty, this really struck me. It says right here, education and literacy are historically linked to how America conceptualizes belonging and citizenship. Classrooms and schools often reflect what has been referred to as a two-tiered system of citizenship. So it's all about teaching like first generation immigrants, teaching children of color and what it's like for them and all the damage that has already been done to them and how to restore that through a good and thorough education. Moving on. Gotta get my phone. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, or friend group that you'd like to be a part of. Well, got it right here. Outlander. Oops. Outlander. I would love to be a part of the Fraser clan. Um, yeah, so I don't know if I really like Claire to be my mom, but yeah, it'd be cool to be part of Ginny's family. I don't think I'd want Claire as a mother. She's a little bit weird. But yeah, so it'd be part of Bree's family. Go with that, the Fraser clan. Alright, the colorful leaves are piling up on a ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spines. Those were totally mine. Wink. Okay, fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by friends. Share a book where somebody is telling a story. Now, I'm presuming that that's a frame narrative. Actually, I'm kind of doing this off of the top of my head. So, a frame narrative, I haven't read a whole lot of those because I really don't like the dual timeline thing. But I guess what could be considered a frame narrative is Jeremy and Major Whittlesey about World War One, and it's this pigeon who's stuffed, Jeremy. She's stuffed in the Smithsonian, and she's giving her World War One story to us. Yet she's dead but has consciousness. It's very strange, very believable, despite the character being a pigeon. There's also the character of Major Whittlesey. It's just very odd. Highly recommend. I initially gave it 4 stars, but it's a 5-star book now. Okay, moving on. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark and creepy read. Now, I've talked about this one before. I really don't like creepy books that much, but it's going to be The Sally House Haunting. You may have heard of the Sally House. It's about a, quote, demon. I don't believe in demons. But some of the imagery and some of the stuff shown in the book was very creepy. Not the most well-written thing, because it was just written by an ordinary civilian, but it was interesting. Alright. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. Short and heartwarming. Heartwarming isn't really a genre I tend to read. Looking at my tiny bookshelf. Okay, we'll go with this. 6 characters in search of an author. It's a play, it's metafiction, about these 6 characters who wander onto an acting stage, and they're looking for an author to tell their story. Yeah, it's quite funny. Um, Unfortunately, the author or the playwright was a fascist, but if you can look past that, the play is pretty hysterical. Okay, let's see. Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. An old favorite. I'll go with The Lightning Thief. It'd be cool. I've never finished this series, so it'd be cool to return and finish Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It's on my manuscript wish list, I think. Not manuscript wish list. It's on my classroom wish list, I think. So I don't know. That'll be in the description. Fall's the perfect time for cozy reading. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. Cozy reading accessories. Reading accessories. Do these boys count? These are my pets. You can see they're kind of squeaky right now. I don't know how much Spazzy likes to be on camera here, but this is Spaz, who I adopted from a shelter, a small animal shelter nearby, and this is Finn, who I got from a local pet store, and they're very soft and cuddly, and I love to have them sit on me while I read. This one isn't super cuddly. You can see he's kind of squirmy. squirmy and vocal, but this one, look at this. He doesn't move. So, yeah, these are my two little reading accessories. So that's it for today. Who am I going to tag? I'm going to tag Ben, even though he never makes videos. I'll tag Clouds and Andrew's Wizardly Reads, I guess. So, thanks for watching. Keep reading, keep writing, keep loving words, and I will see you next time. Bye.